Hi there, I'm Amanda Cromhoth from Truth. Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We interview world experts in loyalty blindly. We're hoping to create insight, spontaneity, and a lot of fun through the challenge. The challenge is about promoting the blind loyalty trust, and my book called Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified. All profits from the book go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. So we have blind loyalty challenges, and then we have blind loyalty challenges. So today I have the absolute pleasure of welcoming Dr. Nejib Khedher, who needs no introduction whatsoever to the Loyalty Awards. So before I give the full title for Nejib, I just wanted to congratulate you personally on your award as one of the global leaders in loyalty from the International Loyalty Awards, and of course Emirates for their divisional award of Best Middle Eastern Airline. So you're coming with a couple of awards on your shoulders straight away.
Thank you, Amanda. That puts more pressure on me now to behave.
Yeah, exactly. So those of you who don't know Dr. Nejib Khedher, he is the Divisional Senior Vice President of Emirates Skywards. Now, I have a particular fond interest for the Blind Loyalty Challenge with Emirates because the company is mentioned so many times, Emirates Skywards, in Blind Loyalty, my book. And you personally, I mentioned in chapter 34. And actually chapter 100 is the top 100 favorite loyalty programs from the Let's Talk Loyalty show, from Paula Thomas's show, and Emirates Skywards is featured as the third favorite loyalty program amongst loyalty professionals. So Flip, I could just spend the whole challenge talking about all your accolades.
Well, thanks, Amanda. Tribute also to Paula and everybody else who, and yourself, offering platform also for all of us to speak about something we're very passionate about. And obviously it's not about ourselves, but it's also about our teams who are really doing a phenomenal job behind us to just make all of this happen. So I'm just the face of a great team behind me who have worked extremely hard. They provide me with the content that brings me to talk to people like you, and again, the ranking that you had in the book, really, it's something that we're very proud of here at Skywards because we're the top airline. Yes. So we felt really good about it, just coming after Starbucks and Amazon. So it was good to see that.
Yeah, without question, you definitely are the top airline. So wonderful. So let's get straight into it. So chapter 23 of Blind Loyalty talks about partnerships. So I know Emirates is no newbie in the world of partnerships. So tell me, is it really worth all the effort? What is the power of partnerships in the airline industry?
Oh, great question, Amanda. Well, first of all, I would just add to the 10 Ps an 11P, which is partnerships.
Partnership.
if I convince you that it is important.
I'm going to quote you on that.
Yeah. The icing on the cake, right? Like the last 3 Ps, you have a program, just add partnerships as well. So
okay, I need to stop the challenge. I think you've already won the challenge because I feel like you've read the book more than anyone else. So thank you very much.
By the way, fascinating book in terms of simplicity, but in terms of bringing all these concepts to everybody who works in the loyalty, but also somebody who's actually touching on loyalty, like our tech providers and everybody else, and our marketeers who work side by side with us to provide them with a lot of these concepts with a lot of simplicity, but at the same time very comprehensive. With all the concepts that you bring to life. For those of us practitioners, I think it's also a validation of some of the things we're again passionate about. Maybe the 12P is passions because that brings it all together. Anyway, just on the topic of partnership, because when we decided to transform Skywards, if you will, and take it from just a frequent flyer program in 2015, 2016, into truly a lifestyle program, we couldn't do it without the partners, right? We could not really provide that access to lifestyle, both earn and burn, and be in people's lives on an everyday basis. If it were not for some of the partners we brought into the program, whether it's retail partners, hotel partners to augment the travel journey for our members, airport retail partners like Dubai Duty Free as well, to again make that experience, the whole travel journey, a rewarding one as well. But also the airline partners who, for an international airline like ours, we need to be also very relevant in domestic markets and to be able to offer everybody an extension of the Emirates network above and beyond, whether it's in the US, in Asia, or in Africa. I think it's important to have those partnerships. So I think of them as part of building that ecosystem that I truly believe in. Again, you have to be very selective around who you bring into the program. They have to be, and I use this word, accretive to the program, so they're adding something to your membership. And you have to have the member in your mind first and foremost. This is not about making money. This is about also driving engagement and getting partners again to be an extension of you in some way or fashion.
I think the key, what you've said there, and like in Blind Loyalty, in chapter 76, I touch on FFP and how it's evolved. I mean, I'm an old airline girl. I used to be traditional FFP airline executive, and how the airlines have evolved so dramatically in the loyalty space, from airline to lifestyle, exactly as you've just said, and hence the need of partnerships. And we touch on that in the book as well.
And
okay, so
Amanda, if you just want me to add one thing on this FFP to lifestyle, I think it was for us a natural progression, if you will. If you think about Emirates also is a lifestyle airline, if you will. It's all about the experience. Also, it's not just a transactional. We're flying you from A to B. It's all about the experience. Whether it's the lounge, the check-in, what we do on board. At the bar in the back of the 380, etc. So for us, it was important for us to take that, what the airline stands for, and try to just build something from in the loyalty space that actually supports that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Great. Well, thank you for sharing that. Another chapter in the book is chapter 64 about gamification. So this is one of those words, when I touch on it in the boardroom of so many of clients or partners, that it's either gets a reaction of, yeah, this really makes sense, or flip, please don't use that word. So from your point of view, do you think it has impact in the loyalty world, or is it a bit of a fad?
Well, we debate that, but for me, eventually what we want is engagement. So if gamification helps with the younger generation to be able to get their attention, to be able to spend a bit more time with them in terms of interaction, and to have a way for us to provide them with access to rewards in a gamified way, again, I think it serves the purpose, but just not a fad where we're just going to jump on it simply because it's there. It's just how things are evolving. The engagement or the interaction needs to be a bit more lively, and the creation of that gamification is important. We haven't done too much out of this in the Skywards today. With the one piece around gamification for us is in Skywards Exclusives, the platform that we have for money and buy experiences. And the bidding mechanism for people, for some of these, as I said, money can buy, VIP experiences, behind the scene experiences, is really fun to see, and where people are really engaged. They're bidding. It takes a week for them to know who's winning at the end of it, and then it's amazing. People really have a lot of miles in their balance to be able to bid 350,000 miles on average. We've seen for the experience that we have with Dilmati in Sri Lanka for a retreat, for 3-day retreat for a couple, to go and do tea tasting, in the plantations. But it's something that when you get the feedback, people, the 350,000 miles is one thing, but what they got out of it was absolutely amazing. And I think you win them somewhat through this experience, and they're looking forward to the next one. We just done one in France with Moët Chandon, in Champagne for tasting as well, where people stayed in their domain there, and then actually a couple of days in Paris as well, in one of the luxury hotels. That, again, those experiences, the bidding is a gamified way. Now, it's not, by the way, it's not targeting that younger population I just talked about. This one is targeting people with a lot of miles balanced, which are, people who have more seasoned travelers who've been around us.
I would have bid on that Moët Chandon experience for sure.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Lovely. So my last question. So for you personally, and being working with such a prestigious and successful airline in the loyalty industry, where do you get your loyalty inspiration from?
That's a very interesting one, and always a tricky one to answer. But a lot of people just go to another industry to talk about where they're getting their inspiration from. Well, first of all, I'm getting my inspiration from the brand, from Emirates itself. As I mentioned, when we moved to lifestyle, it was mostly to mimic what the brand was doing and taking this live better concept into the fly better concept to travel better, to live better, if you will, etc. So my inspiration comes truly from a great airline. We're working for the service that we provide, the product that also we provide to our travelers. But from a loyalty perspective, again, I follow what my good partners and I have to talk about two partners, Qantas and Air Canada. So Sarah on Qantas and then Mark on Air Canada. So we follow what they do. I think they have kind of cracked the code on how to create a very engaging loyalty program, of course, and they're set up in a way where they can be extremely agile from a program perspective in terms of adding partners, playing around with the program, the value proposition, access to rewards. They really work very well with RO, for example, which is something we're learning from on our side as well to get access to rewards. So yeah, I talk about these two, but then I have to go to Starbucks again, and then use your ranking to say these are the most inspirational ones. But I'll stay with our domain and the airline side as well.
I think that's a really good point, right? That loyalty doesn't exist in isolation of its mother brand. It doesn't just float around in the stratosphere on its own.
It just amplifies. Like again, to your point in the 10 Ps is the icing and the cake at the end. The program brings it all together, but you've got everything else lined up, including the product, right? Before you put something around it. Otherwise, it's sitting on an empty shell and it's not delivering the expectation.
I love the way you're quoting the book through and through. Thank you so much. That's amazing. So you were nominated to do the Blind Loyalty Challenge by Shyam Shah from Juggernaut. Who would you like to nominate to take over the reins?
I really thought about it very, very hard, I have to say, Amanda, and come up with one person that I think is maybe not your traditional loyalty practitioner, but a fascinating individual to go talk to. His name is Jitendra Jain. He's the VP Loyalty and Partnership at Marriott, another partner of ours. And it's by coincidence that's a partner, but also I'm very, very blessed to have these type of partners that inspire you. But JJ and I really met when I was on the technology side, and he was on the hotel side already in the loyalty space. And he's a tech enthusiast. And then he calls himself an AI tinkerer. He experiments with a tinkerer, like somebody who experiments with things, right?
Yeah.
And he has published a number of really, I would call them white papers that actually more like on his page on LinkedIn. He's been writing. He's done a 30-day challenge with AI, and he has one idea a day. So kind of like you with the concepts, the 101
I love it.
to talk about. He's done this 30-day challenge, and I really would love to see him. And of course, he ties it back to member experience. He ties it back to loyalty. So he would be a great person. I haven't told him about this.
Good.
Yes, but I think you will find him fascinating as well.
Well, I hope he accepts the challenge. Thank you for the nomination. Nejib, thank you so much. I've loved chatting to you, and congratulations again for all the amazing accolades that you collect along your way.
I have to commend you, Amanda, for everything you're doing, and then hopefully we'll be contributing as well. As we go, the team is we share the book with the team, and hopefully we'll get people to not just borrow my copy, but which is my copy because it has
Signed to
my name
you,
on it, of course.
hand delivered by
Yeah,
myself.
so
Yeah.
hand delivered. Thank you so much. But having them also, contribute to the cause as well. Yeah, and thank you for everything you do and how you're bringing all this to life.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.